I remember the exact second love drained from me, not when I found out, but when I saw. Not rumors, not suspicion. Cold truth flickering on a grainy security feed. My house, my living room, and there they were, my fiancé and my best friend. She kissed him like she'd done it before, like it meant something. He laughed afterward and rested his hand on her stomach, like it already belonged to him. She didn't flinch, didn't stop him. That's when something inside me gave out. Not rage, not grief, just stillness. Tyler and I grew up together. Everyone said we were like brothers. We weren't. I just hadn't realized the brother I thought I had was nothing more than a parasite with a charming smile. He was always the bold one, the wild one with reckless charm, and I was the quiet one who covered his tracks, loyal to a fault. And Emily, she was the axis of my world. Her laugh, light and sudden like wind chimes in a spring storm. Her eyes, always knowing. She had a wit that cut, but she wrapped it in warmth. The kind of woman you meet once and build a life around. Or so I believed. We'd been trying for a baby for months. When she told me she was pregnant, I cried, for the first time in years. Tyler had hugged me that night, clapped me on the back and said, "You're going to be a great dad, man." I didn't catch the guilt in his voice. I didn't know I was hugging the man who'd stolen the one thing I'd spent years protecting. 3 nights before the wedding, I got home late. Work had kept me buried. The house was still, but the security panel blinked. Motion detected. 2:14 a.m. strange. I checked the footage. The front door opened. Tyler. A minute later, Emily appeared at the stairs. No words were exchanged. None were needed. His hands were already on her before they made it to the bedroom. Our bedroom. I watched it all. Every second. Didn't blink. Didn't cry. Something hollow spread through me, cold and quiet. They expected rage. A confrontation. A slammed door. A shouted curse. But I gave them silence. That night, I lay beside her, kissed her good morning, pretended to plan a wedding with a woman who'd already thrown us away. For 3 days, I was a ghost wearing my own skin, and they never noticed. But I'm not just some devastated man with a broken heart. I'm a software engineer. Precision is my comfort zone. Data is my domain. I gathered everything. The security footage, copies of his phone records, hotel receipts, transfers between them, digital fingerprints, all neatly cataloged. Then came the paper trail. I printed stills from the video, transferred the footage to USB drives. One went to her parents, one to mine, one more for legal efficiency. I revised the prenup, just subtle adjustments. A new clause buried between lines of boilerplate legalese. Infidelity voids any claim to assets. She had already signed it, trusting I'd never betray her. Tyler was staying at my place the night before the wedding. Tradition, he called it. He snored on my couch while I watched a man who'd gutted me sleep like a baby. I almost felt sorry for how blind he was to what was coming. Almost. I called an old friend in the media, someone who owed me a favor. Told him I had something worth airing. He didn't ask questions. He knew I didn't bluff. The morning of the wedding was a picture-perfect lie. Blue skies. Sunlight through stained glass. I stood at the altar, still, steady. Tyler stood beside me, fussing with his cufflink, unaware I was seconds from tearing the curtain off his show. Emily walked down the aisle, radiant in white. Everyone stood. She reached me and slipped her hand in mine. Her fingers were cold. Maybe hers had started to shake too. I said my vows, looked her straight in the eyes, spoke every word with conviction. She smiled, tears sparkling. Then it was her turn. She opened her mouth to speak. I raised my hand. "Wait," I said, softly, almost lovingly. "Before you say anything, I want to share something with our guests." Whispers rustled through the crowd. Confused glances. The projector behind us blinked on. A video started to play. Timestamp, 2:14 a.m. The screen lit up with betrayal. My best friend entered my house. Emily waiting for him. Their hands. Their mouths. Her gasp. His laugh. My bed. My life turned crime scene. A gasp escaped the crowd. Her mother dropped her bouquet. Someone covered a child's eyes. Emily took a step back, pale. "Jason," she whispered. Tyler stammered, "Man, we can talk." I looked at him, calm. "Sit down before you embarrass yourself any further." The officiant was frozen, eyes wide. I turned to crowd. "This wedding's canceled," I said, almost cheerfully. "But the venue's paid for. There's food, music, an open bar. Enjoy yourselves." Emily reached for me, shaking. "Please." I pull my arm back. "You're pregnant. I hope, for the child's sake." The father steps up. "But it won't be me." I turned to Tyler. "You were my brother. Now, you're just a man who couldn't keep his hands off what wasn't his." And then I walked out. No theatrics. No shouting. Just quiet footsteps echoing off cathedral stone. I didn't look back. That night, the video went viral. Millions of views. Groom exposes cheating bride and best man at the altar. Poetic. The fallout came quickly. She lost her job. A school board doesn't want scandalized staff. Tyler's fiancée, whom I hadn't even known existed, left him the same day. Apparently, betrayal was a habit for him. I moved away. Quiet coastal town. I work from a porch that overlooks the ocean now. Peaceful. Sometimes I still see their faces. The moment it all unraveled. But I don't feel hate anymore. Just clarity. Revenge didn't fix what they broke. It didn't patch the part of me that once believed in forever. But it made sure they'd never forget who they tried to ruin. And when I stood at that altar and said, I do, I meant, I do know who you are. And I do not forgive.